Okay, I had to switch cameras, so the picture is going to change. But here's the mortar we mixed earlier. Just shove some of that in there. You're gonna have to, you know, the idea is we're filling a hole in the back in there. So we want to get that all back in there as nice as we can, nice and full. Anti-rat size. No rats allowed. When I started doing this a minute ago, I talked to the lady that, you know, I was just going to say, no, it doesn't need doing, but the relief in her face when I told her I was patching this hole is worth the effort. So that's what it's all about. And it's doing that. So still a bit more in there. Remember, that was only eight scoops of sand. Now, you know, it doesn't hurt to throw a little bit of gravel in there, since we got some, just to mix it up a little bit, make it a little bit stronger in the back. That's what concrete is. So we don't want any in the front, but certainly not going to hurt any in the back. Throw it in there. Throw it in there. I'm going to have to go off in a few minutes, so I wanted to get one side done. It feels like it's still a little bit too tall. There, okay. There we go. It's sort of, you know, it lines up close enough. Now, this is where the plasters tool comes in. See, I've got three of them. I got one on a lot, thin one, and then this one's a bit fatter. So I'm going to go with this one. And you just, it's hard to do with one hand on the camera. Basically, just take it, put it in there. See, a lot of times I make my joints so that they fit this tool. So if they're too small, it gets awkward. Now I think we might leave a little bit on the bottom, like that. It's got to be a little bit up there, and it's sticking in a little bit, so I want it to come out. I want it the same depth as the wall. You know, see that was in a minute ago. So if the concrete or the mortar mix is too wet, it'll leave stains on the wall if you're repointing. So you want to try and make it as dry as possible, but yet still activated. Still sticking in a little bit. Don't want to be too fussy about it, but you gotta have some pride in your work. Otherwise it would look like that or that. So we don't want that, even if it takes a few minutes longer. Now, is that gonna fit in there? It's not as nice as I want, but I think it's going to stay. Now the other thing, this stuff needs to set for a while. Oh, missing the action. If you had two hands, you you could use you'd use something to hold the mortar on over there while you're doing this. But since I only got one hand on the camera, I'm gonna have to get something to help me out with here. I think I'm gonna have to get a little bit more on that one joint. Then I'm gonna go away. I gotta run an errand. I'll come back and finish her off. Okay, well, that's the start of it. Get the idea. Looks pretty good over here. Smooth that out. Something. Oh, that's the edge of the drain pipe. Yeah, quite happy with that. I mean, that one's not on really good, but it'll keep the rats out. Okay, talk to you later.